Okay, so we got a good news, bad news kind of thing going on here, depending on how you look at it. Good news is we are getting a new Hellboy film. We are getting an absolutely new Hellboy film. They didn't announce a date, but we are getting an R-rated Hellboy film. Bad news is it's not going to be tied to Guillermo del Toro's films because this is a completely new one without Del Toro and without Ron Perlman. So this is kind of like that sequence in Simpsons. This is how I look at it. It's like there's a new Hellboy movie. That's good. It's not going to be with Del Toro or Ron Perlman. That's bad. But it is going to have Dave Harbour from Stranger Things as Hellboy. That's good. It's not. You see, that's good. That's bad. That's what I kind of thought. So yes, we are getting a new Hellboy film. The script is actually being written by Mignola, apparently. He is having a major hand in it, at least. I think he is helping to write the script, at least. But yeah, it is not going to be tied with Hellboy, with any of the other two Hellboy films. It is not going to have Ron Perlman as Hellboy. It is going to have... It's funny, too, because we already have a cast for Hellboy in this, don't we? Dave Harbour, I think that's the name. I think that's how you say his name. Most of you guys would know him best as the sheriff from Stranger Things. I think he's a decent cast, but again, it's so... Because Ron Perlman, he really sold that role, didn't he? He really sold that role as Hellboy, and I thought he was just awesome as it. And that's what I'm kind of more bummed about, but I don't... Not to no disrespect to Harbour, but I think it is... it's just hard. It's going to be hard for me to go... Because, like I said, Ron Perlman really just sold that role so well. So that's going to be the hardest thing for me is that, and I really liked him in Dave Harbour in Stranger Things, but yeah, it's the movie business. I've come to understand that. And the other thing, while I did like the Del Toro films, I had a feeling that something like this was going to happen. Because it was so weird that Del Toro, I think about a month ago, just came out and said, no, I'm not going to be able to do a third film. It doesn't look like it's going to happen. And I was like, kind of odd that you'd put that out there, Guillermo. But I had the thought in the back of my head when I was reading the article of him saying, I'm not going to be able to do another Hellboy film. I was like, there was a thought in the back of my head going, oh, they carried on without him, didn't they? So, yeah, that was my thought, and sure enough, a month later, this comes out. So, I understand it's the movie business. This shit happens all the time. So, yeah. Now, the other thing is that I think, it's a cool idea that we're getting a R-rated Hellboy film, and once again, I realize that Deadpool was not the first R-rated, superhero film. There was Man-Thing and Blade, Watchmen... But what sets Deadpool over the others is that it sold well. That's the reason why, you're seeing all these R-rated superhero films was because, we've had them before, but they never excelled as well as Deadpool did. The only one that came close was... The fuck is that? I don't know if the mic's gonna pick that up. Anyway, but yeah, like I said, the only one who came close to Deadpool's numbers in terms of R-rated superhero numbers was it Blade or Watchmen? I think Blade. But that's the reason why, Deadpool, there were R-rated superhero films that kind of opened the door just a bit, but Deadpool kicked it open. That's how we got Logan. That's how we're going to be getting, other R-rated superhero films down the line. And that's how we got the door open for this. And I think it's a cool idea that we're getting an R-rated Hellboy film with Mike Mignola having it. And we also have a director. Yeah, we have a director already. Neil Marshall. Which made me go, oh my god. Because here's the thing. Most of you guys know, most of you guys who know me, who have been around this channel for as long as you have, know that I'm a huge Neil Marshall fan. For those who are new here and don't know my love for Neil Marshall, here's why. He has directed some of my favorite horror films ever. Dog Soldiers, my favorite werewolf movie, hands down, and The Descent. Fucking awesome movie. He's really good at horror and gore. Like, Seriously, it is fucking beautiful. He's also, if you don't know his movie work, you probably have seen his TV work. He has done directed several episodes of Game of Thrones. He has also directed the pilot for Constantine. He also directed the pilot for that. He's also done a lot of TV pilots recently. I don't think he's done a movie this is going to be his first movie in a while, actually. But I think he's a perfect pick for it. He can do dark, gory, supernatural horror films so well. And he puts a lot of humanity into it. So I think he's a great pick for the Hellboy universe. And to have Mignola on the script and having a major say in it is really cool as well. I think he also had a say in the Del Toro films, but it looks like he's going to have more control over it. But yeah, like I said, but you're probably wondering, am I bummed about Del Toro and Del Toro and Ron Perlman? Yeah, I'm bummed about it. And I would have been more pissed off if we got like a, shitty cast behind, a shitty group behind it. But what we have so far in terms of director, writer, and actor, yeah, I'm not, I would be more angry. I'm more torn, if anything else. I'm more, torn on this than anything else. Because, yeah, I would have liked to see a completion to the Hellboy films. But on the other hand, not only do we have an R-rated Hellboy film that allows us to go the extra limit, but we also have the guy who created it having a more major say in it. We have a director of some of my favorite horror films, and we have an actor who's really damn good. So yeah, I'm conflicted here, guys. Because I'm such a Del Toro fan, and I really love Ron Perlman. On the other hand, again, it goes back to the Simpsons thing of, that's good. Oh, that's bad. That's good. Oh, that's bad. See? I'm of two minds of this thing. So, what I'd like to see is, maybe we can get some other characters out of here. Maybe we can get Lobster Johnson. I fucking want Lobster Johnson in a film. The other thing is that it's going to be so hard, because not only was Ron Perlman great in that cast, the entire cast was great. Kelsey Grammer not Kelsey Grammer, the guy who played his brother in Frasier, and then the bodysuit actor played him in the rest of the films. I'm forgetting his name, and I'm pissed off. We had Selma. We also had just great actors. John Hurt. That's going to be the hard one to replace. And I am so blanking on the names for Liz and Abe. God, and they're so good too. And I was like, I know, I'm pissed off at myself. I was like, they're such great actors. I totally forgot their names. Welcome to my life, folks. Where I where actors' names escape me at the moment I need them the most. But yeah, the other one is John Hurt as Professor Broom. That's going to be the hardest one because, yeah, it's John frickin' Hurt. Rest in peace. He was one of my favorite actors, period, and he did such a good job as Broom that it's going to be hard to find another good actor. I don't know who they could get, honestly, for Liz and the others. Like I said, I would love to see, Lobster Johnson, and maybe we can get a BPRD spin-off film. I would love to see... Well, Plague of Frogs is kind of long. It's what, three volumes long? 3 or 4 of Plague of Frogs? That's a long-ass film, but I don't know. Again, maybe we can get, there's a possibility of that. There's also several characters in the Hellboy universe that we didn't get in the other 2 Hellboy movies, and with Mignola here, maybe there's a possibility of that. So, I'm open for it. I'm keeping open-minded about this. Again, had it been had it been another studio doing this, I'd have been a little more hesitant. But the fact we have Mignola here, the fact that we have a very good, I think a very underrated director, horror director, mind you, behind this, and we have a really good actor behind this. I think, there's enough here to be open-minded about it. You know, knock on wood, because, you know, there's been movies and other things before that I was like, oh, this can't fail. And it was almost like the universe heard that and went, hold my beer. Yeah, we've had other things in the past that we thought would be really good, but turned out to be giant shit piles. So again, knock on wood that this is good, because, you know, you've got all the ingredients here to make a really good film. Don't cock it up! Anyway, so, you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of this news for a Hellboy reboot? Do you guys like it? Do you guys hate it? Who do you think should else be in this movie? And are you guys bummed that we're not getting Del Toro and Ron Perlman back? And what do you guys think of the cast of the group so far they got behind it? Just comment below, let me know. Once again, hope you all enjoyed this, and I will see you guys later.